Well, you know what they say, taking care of your skin is important, but are teens going a step too far? New research found teens are spending, listen to this, an average of $168 a month on skincare products. That's the average. Some are spending way more. In some cases, though, it may be doing more harm than good. Dr. Molly Hales is a postdoctoral research fellow and board-certified dermatologist at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Hello to you. She's the author of this new study, by the way.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. You know, I was telling you earlier that I remember being a teen and going to the store and getting like sea breeze and sun in for my hair. But what you're telling us now is that kids are going, or teens are going much further than that. It's way more severe. What are they buying?
Absolutely. Well, in our study, we analyzed TikTok videos showing creators 18 and under who were posting their skincare regimens. And we found that in these videos, there were many products being used, often with multiple active ingredients in those products, and that the regimens themselves risked irritation, sun sensitivity, and allergy, which once developed can be lifelong.
Okay, so look, I think teens are going to go and buy some of this stuff, and of course they see some of these things on social media and they want to get it as well. But are there products that would be more beneficial for youthful skin than maybe for somebody in their 50s or 60s that they may need to go out and get? What would you recommend for a teen?
That's a great point. The majority of the active ingredients we found in these products were developed and marketed to older users to try to get some sort of youthful appearance to the skin. So they're really unnecessary, and the teens and preteens that were demonstrating their application on these regimens, really the only product that I would recommend in this age group to someone who doesn't have a known skin condition is a daily sunscreen. And actually, it's really a shame that in these videos, we found that in only about a quarter of the time were the users applying sunscreen. So even when they're putting on half a dozen or even a dozen different products on their skin in the morning, they're not including a sunscreen as one of those products.
Wow, that's amazing. And we were looking at some video where there was a kid in there that was, had to be like 7 years old. So they're starting even that young on some of these skin regimens.
Absolutely. Some of the youngest users are shown putting skincare on with their mothers, but then by the time that they're 11 or 12, they're posting their own regimens and sometimes even instructing their mothers based on the content that they've seen on social media.
Of course. Okay, so run us through the top 3 things that maybe a parent and their teenage daughter should know if they are going out to the store to get some of this stuff. What are 3 key things that they should know?
Absolutely. If you have a teen that's gotten really into skincare, I think there are sort of some harm reduction steps that you can take. So the first is to make sure that if your teen is interested in developing a routine, make sure that they're putting sunscreen on every day. This is a great opportunity to get them in the habit of doing that sun protection. If they are putting active ingredients on their skin like hydroxy acid, salicylic acid, hyaluronic acid, ideally you want only one active ingredient applied in a single sitting. And then finally, you want to look for products that are listed as fragrance-free, that don't have fragrance added to the ingredients, because fragrance is one of the most common causes of skin allergy.
All makes sense. Okay, Dr. Molly Hales, we're going to share more of your study on our website, WGNTV.com. We appreciate your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right.